Hi, this is Meg. Welcome to Spit It Out. This is where we cut the fluff and spill life's real truths. Today's episode is about things I fangirl over, and yes, I made a list. It's kind of a nerdy episode. We're not talking about dental hygiene. Well, maybe a little bit, like for 1 minute. We're not really talking about the workplace. Nothing boring like that. We're talking about things Megan geeks over for many, many years. Many hours, many days, many minutes. I want to start with my number one most favorite artist. I'm wearing his t-shirt today. Let's see if I can show you. You can kind of see the back. Okay, it's kind of hard to see. But if you're not watching, I'm wearing the Weeknd's t-shirt from his tour in 2025, also known as Able Teste. Yep, you all know him. You all love him. I'm obsessed with him. Not in a creepy stalker way, but I do really like his music, and I am kind of obsessed with all of it. It all started back in, I think 2016. I would say 2016, sophomore year of high school. My stepsister had gone to his concert, I think the Starboy concert, because Starboy just came out, and I knew about his music because I Can't Feel My Face just got number one on the radio, and I was like, yeah, this is kind of a bump. Yeah, this is kind of good. And then as soon as she went to the concert, I went, okay, maybe I need to listen to his guy's stuff a little more. I feel like I'm missing out. I was missing out quite a bit. Starboy was the first album that I really delved into as a young teen. I remember during my depresso breakup era and all that crap, I used to walk to school, listen to his music, and just be like, yeah, feel that. Die for You. That was my number one on my hit music. Just everything. After I moved to Idaho in 2018 is when he released My Dear Melancholy. And I was about 17 at that time, so I'd grown a little bit. I was still obsessed with Starboy, and I had kind of listened to Beauty Behind the Madness, which is the album before Starboy. But when the EP came out, on repeat every day, 24/7. I think that EP was on repeat every single year of my most listened on Spotify, probably 4 to 5 years. Some of the songs still get on my most listened to. I'm not gonna lie. I think Call Out My Name is still on my most listened to songs. Kind of crazy, but it's just one of those songs. You're just like, yeah, it's good every time of the year, every day, all the time. After that, he released After Hours, which is where the famous song Blinding Lights became the most streamed song on Spotify currently ever, which is actually insane to me because as a big fan, I really think Heartless should have been the number one, but people like music with no meaning and are super basic, so whatever. Moving on. Yeah, when After Hours came out, I was freshly 19. I think it was January of 2020, before the pandemic even happened. I swear to God, I felt like I was the only person on my Boise State campus who had ever heard the album. I feel like no one else listened to it except maybe a girl from Chipotle that I worked with. No one was talking about it. I was like, hello, dude, Alone Again just came out as a single. Anyone hear that one? Anyone? I could talk about this forever, but basically when Blinding Lights came out, I remember it was oh, okay, whatever, good song. But then the rest of the album came out and I was like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful thing ever. And he just has the best music videos, and just his lyrics are so deep. They're so deep. And I could literally talk about him forever, but maybe we'll circle back later because that's going to feed into analyzing lyrics on Genius. That's my second point I've written down. I am a poetry geek. I've always been a poetry geek. I used to write songs myself as well. I'm very much a writer at heart. And once a good song comes out, I'm going on Genius and I'm looking up those lyrics, baby, and I'm going to read all the backstory behind all of them. I'm going to see what other people think about the lyrics. I'm going to break them down to where I understand them. I feel them. They're in my veins, and I know them. You said those lyrics? Yeah, you said the lyrics, but do you understand them like I do? Do you understand how when Abel said Cali was the mission, he also said Cali is the mission in a different song? Because he's talking about how Cali was the mission when he was broke and poor way back when in Beauty Behind the Madness. In the morning, he talks about all that stuff. And then he finally makes it to California and he goes, Cali was the mission, but now I'm leaving. He's leaving because he doesn't like it. And then the most recent album, he goes, take me back to LA because when I was in LA, it sucked and I really hated it. But then and then I went to Toronto when I was a kid and I left when I was too young. But I need to go back to LA because, I hate when I'm alone, but when I'm with people, I'm happy, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. Okay, number 3, Avatar series by James Cameron. Don't even make fun of me for that right now because I know you saw the first one and I know you saw the second one and I know you're thinking about seeing the third one. I have already broken down the trailer for way too long. I'm already on the Reddit threads. I've been on the Reddit threads before they even came out with the trailer. I'm on all the Instagram pages. I'm on the TikTok pages. I have done a frame by frame analysis with these people on YouTube. I'm with them. And I have theories. I have a lot of theories. I feel like the third one, and by the way, if you haven't seen the first or second movie, you can totally skip this part for a second. But if you don't care, if you want to hear Avatar 3 theories, you might want to stick around because I got some theories. Let's chat for a second. So we all know that in the last movie, Jake's son, Natam, passed away from a gunshot wound from the humans, or the avatars that were the humans, really bad guys, you know what I'm talking about. Quaritch's group. They killed him because they went back to save Spider, the human kid that was Quaritch's, okay? You with me? You with me? Natiri has always hated Spider. She doesn't like humans, and rightfully so. She's always been very biased against them. Jake has always been very welcome because he's kind of a hybrid. He's like, well, our kids love this kid. Let's just keep him around. They're all happy. Whatever. He's not causing any issues. One of the scenes, he's not wearing a mask, and he's falling down like a cliff or something, which is really interesting. One of the scenes in the trailer, Carrie and I think Loak or one of the other kids are standing over him with a mask and he like falls down or something. I'm wondering if Curie gets some like power to where she can like make him not need the mask anymore, which I think would be so interesting. And sorry, just to backtrack a little bit, the mask in the Avatar world helps humans breathe the Na'vi air, right? So we already know that Curie is like super connected to the Avatar world, blah, blah, blah. She's like the mother of all people. I don't freaking know what she is yet, but I think she's leaning towards something like that. I think one of the theories I have is that she's going to be able to like give him a power to like not breathe the Na'vi air with a mask anymore, which means that Spider is not going to be dependent on the human technology anymore, which is like so monumental in my opinion. I think that just really separates him from the humans in a way that he's not able to do that. I also have a very interesting wonder about what the Ash people are going to get from the humans because they end up working together according to the trailer. Is they're the only Na'vi civilization or clan that agrees to work with like the human tribe to like kill another group of people. So I'm wondering like what they're getting out of it because as of right now, I have no idea. They got nothing to give. So that's another thing or theory I have. I also think that this movie is going to really define Jake and his son Loak's relationship. I think in the trailer they are seen fighting and not getting along, most likely just because they are so similar and they butt heads a lot. But I think the story is going to take shape of more of the kids' lives from now on, and I'm not sure how they're going to do that transition, but that's going to be really cool. Those are my theories for now. I have lots more, but I don't want to bore you too much. You know what I mean? I could do a whole episode on all these topics, by the way, so if you ever want one, let me know. Next topic, Sword Art Online anime. Does anyone watch that one? If you haven't, you need to go watch it. At least the first season and the second season. Once it gets to like Gun Gale Online, I'm like, I'm good. I'm okay. You know, like I've seen it. I've tried to finish Gun Gale Online like too many times. I'm kind of over it. But the first and second season, oh my gosh. It's just like one of those animes that like I do rewatch once a year or at least every other year. And I'm just always like, wow, like we are getting to that point with society, with video games, to where it's not just going to be on a screen. Like you're going to literally be able to get inside the computer. The show Black Mirror made an episode like this where you connected your brain into the computer and you were almost like there and physically touch something. You could kiss someone, you can fall in love with someone almost like it was real life, but it's not. I think the concept is so intriguing. And it's very well done. The story is so interesting and it's just so beautiful. So highly recommend Sword Art Online. It's just one of those animes out of the many animes I watched in the early 2010s that just stuck in my head. I just think about it a lot. Washing my hands. I feel like I wash my hands more than the average person. I just feel like my hands are dirty all the time. I don't think hand sanitizer does it justice. It's not the same. I have to actually wash my hands with soap. They're still dirty with hand sanitizer. Does not count. At least a wipe. You know, a hand sanitizer wipe. That's something. I'll accept that, at least. Okay, this is a little dental hygiene right here. When it comes to someone's mandibular anterior teeth, so from 22 to 27, maybe those premolars a little bit, I tend to triple check or quadruple check them with air from every single freaking angle because I'm so like particular of how I like it to be when they leave. I mean, it has to be immaculate. It has to be spotless. If it's not, I'm not done. I can't be done. I will triple check and then sometimes quadruple check. Like, oh, let me just double check. Let me check one more time. I need to make sure it's really clean. A lot of people have veneer calculus or crowding, and I just feel like sometimes you could just never quite get it all off. It just bugs me. Ugh, I can't get it. This is my hyperfixation dinner for the last 3 years, which sounds really silly. It's like one of those meals that like just never get old to me. It's always good. Mine is tuna salad, which includes a can of tuna that was in water, drained, Greek yogurt, just like a spoonful, and then a spoonful of sweet relish. Mix it up, little salt and pepper, just a little. Toast an English muffin, but it has to be like 3 English muffins. So a top, a bottom, and then another top or another bottom. And then you toast that up, you put the tuna salad on it, and then you cut up half of an avocado and you spread the half on all 3. Then you add a little paprika, a little bit more salt, maybe a little garlic salt instead. And that's it. And it's just delectable. And you can judge me all you want for that hyperfixation meal, but let me just tell you, if you try it and you like it, you might be eating it a lot. And it's really cheap too. Like there's no vegetables in it. I mean, the avocado is like a fruit or whatever. Like that's good for you, but it's literally white bread, some tuna, and avocado. So it's not like the worst thing in the world for you. It's actually pretty healthy, I would say, for a cheap meal. It just never gets old. Ever. Never gets old. My hyperfixation breakfast right now is kind of changing. I've been eating cottage cheese with fruit and honey for the last few months by itself, but lately I've been feeling like a little more carb oriented in the morning. So I've been having like a low calorie bagel with some cream cheese, and then right before I leave I will eat a little bit of cottage cheese so I can get more protein. But that's been my hyperfixation meal. I haven't been an egg person in a little while. I used to eat eggs like every freaking morning, like clockwork, every freaking morning. And like this morning I had 2 eggs and I just felt like nauseous after. I couldn't do it. I'll like pick out an egg. I'm like, oh, yum. But I'm just like not into eggs right now. Ooh, no, thank you. Okay. Another one is ASMR mouth sounds. I'm very particular about my mouth sounds though. I'm very particular about these. They have to be perfect. I only have a couple ASMR creators that just do it perfectly. And it's not really the mouth sounds I like. I really like the unintelligible whispering, but most people don't know that that is just whispering words you can't really understand, but you kind of can if you listen a little carefully. I love it so much. It's like I don't even know if I can do it because I'm not an ASMR artist, but like if I had to like pretend, I'm gonna try. Okay. Wait, I don't even know how they do it. Like, sorry, that was probably horrible. You know, they're like talking to the mic, but you can't really hear them. Grace V is my favorite ASMR artist. She hits every time. There's a couple videos that I have saved of her. I listen to on like airplanes and stuff, and like before I go to bed I used to listen to them like every single night, and they just still hit. I have memorized some of the things she says in her videos because I've listened to them so much. It's insane. Last thing that I wrote down was brushing my teeth in the morning. There are very rare mornings I do not brush my teeth anymore. I used to never brush my teeth in the morning. I also never used to floss, so I guess I could add brushing my teeth in the morning and then flossing before bed. I think I do it 90% of the time, which is pretty darn good, just saying. And if I don't do it, I feel very weird and I feel very gross. I feel like a bad example for my patients. But that's besides the point because I really don't like fuzzy teeth. I will brush my teeth 3 times a day sometimes. I'll floss multiple times a day if I'm trying out a product or something, and it feels good. I love having healthy gums. I love having a healthy mouth. I hope everyone watching this also flosses and brushes today. Good reminder, because this is kind of a dental hygiene podcast, but it's kind of not. Today I'm spitting it out. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for watching. If you love anything that I love, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear. And I will talk to you guys in the next one.